Hello, everybody, and welcome to Church at Home with Rachel for Wednesday, the 3rd of April. Today, I get to take my car in for shocks and struts and whatever else they might find wrong with it. And today is a day that will be a very bit different because my right-hand person is off to a conference where she will learn lots of wonderful things and hopefully bring them back to the diocese to share. And it is a day that I will get to focus on getting ready for new things. And one of those new things is going off to House of Bishops this weekend. On Friday, I head to Toronto for House of Bishops, for Provincial House of Bishops, and then on Monday we head to Niagara Falls for National House of Bishops, and I'll be back again the following Friday. And it occurs to me that God takes us along journeys we never expect to go to, if we are willing to say yes. And one of the things that God has invited me to do in this journey of being a bishop is to learn all kinds of things that I never thought I'd have to learn before. And to recognize that there are all kinds of opportunities that are out there just waiting for me. And all I have to do is say yes. And it's a pretty powerful thing to say yes, isn't it? Yes is what we do when someone says to us, I'd like to spend the rest of my life with you. And we love them, so we say yes, and then the world changes. Yes is what happens when a child is placed in our arms and we realize we're about to be a parent when we weren't before, and the whole world opens up to us new opportunities. Yes is what happens when we say, I think I can try a new thing. I can take on a new role at work. I can take that transfer. I can take that course to get better at something. I can do a new thing. Yes is the doorway to opportunity. And sometimes it's difficult to do that. Before I go on, I just want to say to you, yes, if you're hearing something really weird, it is water draining from the dehumidifier into the sump pump in my office because we had a little flood in the basement of the cathedral on Saturday night, and my office was underwater. And it right now, I'm spending as little time as I can in it because it really stinks. The carpet is still wet and it has to be cleaned, and we're still drying out. So I apologize about the noise. Hopefully in the next couple of days, by the time I get home from House of Bishops, it should be quiet and back to normal. But getting back to yes. Yes is what happens when we pick up the phone. When the phone rings, the act of our answering the phone means that we're saying yes. We're saying yes to a conversation. We're opening up the possibility of what might happen. It could be a telemarketer that we just want to say no to, or it could be somebody calling and saying, have you ever thought of doing this? Or would you like to do this? Would you like to go to the show? Would you like to go for dinner? Would you like to, name pick your thing? When we say yes to something, a wholehearted yes, we allow ourselves to open up to a new thing. And it may not seem like a new thing. It could look like exactly like something else we've already said yes to. But the idea that we're doing something, nothing new, but we're doing something now, means that we're doing something that's different than what we said yes to. Even if it was the same thing we said yes to yesterday, the way we go about it today is different. And that's really important to keep in mind, because no matter what happens, we have this day to start anew. This day when you wake up and it's Wednesday, and this is a perfect day. Nothing has gone wrong. You woke up. And when we wake up and we face the day and we're willing to say yes to whatever might happen, then a discerning yes to whatever might happen, then we're opening ourselves up to the possibilities and the opportunities and the adventures that God might take us on, that lead us to become better people, that lead us to new horizons and new opportunities. I had an opportunity yesterday to be interviewed for our diocesan newspaper, the Mustard Seed. And one of the questions I was asked was why did you do this? Why did you say yes to allowing your name to stand as a nominee for bishop in Brandon? And my answer, in a nutshell, was, when God asks, why not say yes? How do we say less than yes? How do we say maybe or not now or no when God is the one who's asking? Because when God is asking us to do something, realistically speaking, it's probably what we should be doing. If God is asking us to do something, it doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. It doesn't mean we're going to nail it the first time. We're going to get a perfect 10 out of 10, or stick the landing. But what it does mean is that we are taking the opportunity that God is presenting before us to learn a new thing, to do a new thing, to participate in something that God has initiated. And I don't know about you, but in my whole life, the greatest and best things were all things that God initiated. There were times when I did something of my own initiation and they were okay. But at the end of the day, the things I have looked back on and realized were the best were the things that God started. And God said to me, "Will you?" And my answer was yes. Where is God calling you to say yes today? Who is God calling you to say yes to? Maybe God is calling you to say yes to yourself. It's a pretty powerful word for three little letters. Yes. Yes, God. Two three-letter words. Yes, God. Why don't you give it a try today? See what happens. If it is of God, it will not be bad. It might be challenging. It may not be as happy as you want it to be, but in the end, if it is of God, it will be good. But it can only start if you say yes to God. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Church at Home with Rachel. God bless.